shocking update in the trial of T. Grizzley's auntie, Jobina Brown. This is an update that I don't think I was expecting. I don't think anybody who heard the details and the evidence of this case was expecting, but we have to talk about it.
She managed T. Grizzley, one of Detroit's most popular rappers, but earlier this week, Jobina Brown was shot and killed on the city's east side. Tonight, we're hearing from a local radio show host who worked with Brown. 7 Action News reporter Anu Prakash joins us live from the scene to tell us how Brown is being remembered and what police are saying. Anu.
Well, Glenda, Detroit police tell me that homicide investigators are still working on this case, still trying to figure out what led up to the shooting here on 3 Mile Road just off of Mack.
Now, we know the imbecile that's responsible for Jobina Brown's death is Wu Thing, Wu 600, close friend, associate, same gang as T. Grizzley's close friend, Buka 600. I'll spare you the details. Go to my T. Grizzley playlist if you want to hear the full story from day one. This is just the update, okay? So a lot of us thought this dude was cooked. We thought he was done for because he was found in Chicago driving around the getaway vehicle in this murder, as well as being in possession with the firearm in the murder. Sir, like the evidence is so impeccable. I'm asking, why is a trial needed? They found him in possession of the getaway vehicle, the murder weapon, and they pinged his cell phone in the vicinity of the murder for 2 hours. He was sitting on the location.
Right.
Come on, bruh. Throw away the keys. But apparently that's not what's going to be happening, at least for now. After all this evidence, after all my it's over, he's done videos, this man went to court in front of a jury of his peers, and a hung jury came back. They could not make up a decision. They could not find him guilty. It was a mistrial. The hung jury was returned back on the 31st. I knew about this for about 2 days, but I was kind of waiting, right, to see who reported on it. Because there's a couple of dudes who claim they've been in the courtroom on YouTube, but somehow none of them reported on this. They're going to wait for Flacco to report on it, and then they're going to make a video. But coincidentally, they're going to make a video about my update that they didn't have before I made the update, even though they supposedly had people in the courtroom. But we're going to address those dudes a little later in this video. But the main question is, how did he beat this? His phone was pinged at the crime scene for 2 hours. He was found in possession of the murder weapon and the getaway vehicle, and his phone is being pinged leaving the city like minutes after the shooting and going back to Chicago, and his phone was also pinged coming to Detroit. How did he beat this? So first off, he tried to get the cell phone evidence thrown out. He claims the cell phone is in somebody else's name. It's not my phone. However, the number that belongs to that phone is a number that he is known to use. So he couldn't get it thrown out. It didn't get thrown out. The evidence actually stayed, which to me, I thought was going to be the deciding factor on this case. The cell phone. If the cell phone gets admissible, right? If it's admissible, then he's cooked because you were at the crime scene. But if it's not admissible, then he's going to walk.
Right.
The cell phone was admissible, but it was still a hung jury. Here's how I don't want to say beat it, because trial is resuming. Well, the pre-trial hearing is resuming August 15th. The judge told this dude that he'll be able to attend the pre-trial and the trial via Zoom. That's already a bad sign. The judge ain't taking this case seriously at all.
Exactly. I mean, he can fight that bitch.
But here's how exactly he beat it. Not beat it, but the hung jury. You know what I mean, right? Anything other than guilty in my eyes is a beat it for now. So his lawyer brought his brother to testify, and they brought medical records. So he got shot August 6th. Wu Thing. He got shot August 6th, and he was in the hospital until August 15th.
Right.
When he left the hospital, we don't know what his condition is. Right. But his brother testified that when he left the hospital August 15th, that he could barely walk. That he was in horrible shape. That when he left the hospital August 15th, he was disabled. Now, we know the brother came to that court adding cake on it, bruh. We know the brother came to that court and did what he had to do, homie.
Right.
Because realistically, nobody will really know if he's telling the truth or not. He was shot. He was in the hospital until August 15th. Now,
So the record showed he was in the hospital to August 15th. Then I don't know. But this is the real reason why they say, because like I said, the evidence didn't line up, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I thought he was cooked too. But this is why they say proven innocent. I mean, proven innocent to proven guilty. Because this is crazy. But we gonna let Flacco finish the story.
I heard some rumors about that shooting too, but we're not gonna talk about it yet. Y'all connect the dots if you want. Nobody would know this. This is like as concrete as an alibi it could get.
Right.
Because once you leave the hospital and you're in your family home, well, they can lie about your condition as much as they want. Bro, they could say, man, bro, this man could barely walk, even though you was up and about, man, and in the streets afterwards, bro. Even though you was back on your feet playing basketball afterwards, they could still come to court and say, this man could barely walk. We couldn't recognize him, man. He was paraplegic, or whatever the word is. And there's nothing you could do about it. Even though I'm not buying it, bro, because 2 months later, he was running from the cops in a Detroit alley, bro. You was not that hurt, cut it out. But I think the jury had a hard time reading the medical reports. Oh, okay, he got shot on August 15th. Now, the thing is, we don't even know how severe it was. We just know he was in the hospital until August 15th, but we don't know how severe the injury really was.
Right.
So the jury is looking at the medical report, looking at the brother testimony, that when he was released from the hospital August 15th, he could barely walk. So the jury is like, man, we having a hard time deciding if he could barely walk August 15th, then to say that he committed this murder August 20th, it's a reach and it's a stretch.
Oh, man, his lawyer
But
good
the
as
thing
hell.
about this is, he couldn't have been acting alone. So we don't know if he could have been somebody who was just a driver to the situation. And the shooter hasn't been caught yet. So we don't even know what his role was particularly.
That is true.
We just don't know. They they know he was there because he was found with the murder weapon. He was found with the getaway vehicle, and his phone was pinged in the vicinity for 2 hours. But to say that he did this by himself is a stretch. It's a big stretch. So he could very well have been in the vehicle as an accomplice and not the actual shooter. But the jury just had a tough time, bruh, convicting this man. After the medical reports and his brother testified, he could barely walk on August 15th. So to say that he conducted a murder on August 20th,
right?
They just
ran with it. Yeah, you feel me?
It came back as a hung jury. So some people believed he was guilty. Some didn't believe he was guilty. Now, it was also revealed in court today that Jobina Brown had a life insurance policy on her.
Ooh.
Now, I don't have the full transcripts.
Right.
So I'm not going to tell y'all just yet. I was told who was the beneficiary, but I'm not going to tell y'all just yet until I get the full transcript. But somebody in court,
what they saying, T. Grizzley was the beneficiary?
Told me, part of the family, Jobina Brown had a life insurance policy on her. Now, this person told me that nobody from her family got a dime from that life insurance policy. Nobody from her family got a dime from that life insurance policy. So, hey, y'all make with those statements what you may, if you get my drift. But I'm not ready to put my name to that yet until I get the full transcripts and see the black and white.
See, you already
now,
might as well do it, Flacco.
Starting August 15th.
Okay.
Now, a mistrial don't automatically mean you about to get off. Right. Honestly, a mistrial is probably the worst case scenario for him because now the prosecutors got more time to investigate the hospital claim. Now they got more time to investigate. Where was he shot at? Cool. Yo, surveillance footage for when he left the hospital. Yo, who treated him? Yo, what was his condition? Now the prosecutors could prepare more now because they know what your defense is going to be. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a little tougher for him the next.
And the fact that, you know, that was smart for his lawyer to throw that in there to get that, you know, this mistrial. But at the same time, like Flacco was saying, that don't mean that it's good for you, like I said, because now, like I said, now the defense can go, like, get more evidence, find out what was really going on, like I said, find out where he was really shot at, how bad it was, and how long he was really in the hospital. Like I said, he could very well have still been at the murder scene. You know, he could just been an accomplice. Now, like I said, this is just allegedly, you know, so this is crazy. But like I said, hey, you innocent to proven guilty, man.
Go around. But the fact that they're having another trial that fast,
right? They must have got some more evidence. Yeah,
they're having another trial August. Pre-trial starts August 15th. Jury selection is August 15th. The trial ended July 31st. 15 days? To put that in comparison, bro, A.J. Armstrong, who was being accused of killing 2 of his parents, I think he had like 2 mistrials.
Right.
And each trial was like a year or 2 apart. Mm-hmm. Y.W. Melly, he had a mistrial. It's going on 2 years. Y.W. Melly is not back on trial yet. So to have another trial within 15 days, oh, nah, bro.
All right, if you come on YouTube to get news, be careful because many of these people are making stuff up to get views. So one guy that's making a lot of stories about the T. Grizzley case,
I'm crying,
and keeps reiterating how he's talking to people in the court and he knows people that are part of the case, is giving some bad info. So he's said Jermaine Whedon, possibly known as 600 Wu-Tang, has made the statement that T. Grizzley paid him to do the hit. That's not true.
A lot of people sent me that video saying, yo, this dude is sneak dissing you. I don't know who he is. I've never watched this content. I don't know who he is. And he claims he had people in the courtroom, which is all cap, bro. Cap. It's just not true, bro. Yo,
somebody
there's a reason why
it could be you or him.
I'm going to Detroit to actually do a full-on interview with people in Jobina Brown's family. Ooh. I'm doing that. I'm going to Detroit. You know why? Why I have access like that, bro? Because I've never told a lie revolving this case. All of my sources is direct from the situation. And also, too, you lied on me. I never said that Jermaine Whedon ever said that in court. You was a liar. What I said was his defense attorneys was providing alternative theories. And one of the theory was T. Grizzley paid for this hit because Jobina Brown was pregnant.
Right.
Which you also acknowledge that the prosecutors brought somebody in court to testify and prove that Jobina Brown wasn't pregnant. Why will the prosecutors bring somebody to court randomly to testify that Jobina Brown wasn't pregnant? Why would that be relevant? You see, these dudes are so filled with hate and they're getting bit by piece third-party information that they think that they can question. Bro, I'm the source.
Oh, you the source,
so
Flacco?
Why do the prosecutors bring somebody to court to testify that Jobina Brown wasn't pregnant? Why would that piece of information be relevant? That's because the defense brought that up, obviously. Obviously, right? The prosecutors wouldn't bring somebody to debunk their own statements, obviously.
Right.
The defense said that. And that's why they brought somebody to debunk the fact that Jobina Brown was not pregnant. Well, why would the defense bring up the fact that Jobina Brown was pregnant? You see, Brand, people like you are people who I hate the most, okay? Y'all are these pseudo wannabe journalist dudes who hate on anything walking, who can go out and get the direct source, who don't have to represent themselves as a quote-unquote journalist. Your third-party information didn't tell you Why the defense brought up in court that Jovina Brown was pregnant? That's a random piece of information. Why would they just bring that up?
Right.
They brought that up as a motive that T. Grizzley paid for the hit.
Right.
And the prosecutors brought somebody there to debunk that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Yo, and I never understood you dudes, man. And there's a reason why I waited 2 days to even make this video about the hung jury. Because I wanted to see Mr. I got sources in the courtroom. I wanted to see you report about the mistrial, about the hung jury.
Right.
I waited 2 days. And there's a reason why your next video on this situation is going to be a review of my information in this video. You're going to pop out probably tomorrow or tonight if you're shameless enough. Hey, my sources say it was a hung jury. Wait, pause. You mean Poetic Flacco?
Oh, man.
Yo, listen, man. I mind my business. I don't bother none of y'all. I make my videos. I'm never, ever gonna react or report on something that you do because I don't care. And right, like I don't care to address you. But for some reason, you older cats are bitter and y'all are haters, and I don't understand why. Minding my business. Nothing I said was false. Nothing I said was untrue. Everything I said came directly from the family and is gonna be proven. Hey, man. Where was your sources, bro? It's been 2 days. Where's your hung jury video at? Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think about this, man? Do y'all believe, that the mistrial will end in a guilty or not guilty verdict the second time? Let me know in the comment section.
Who knows, man? So like, I didn't even know that even happened. Like I said, I just happened to see the video. Flacco put it up. So hey, I don't know. Like I said, the evidence wasn't lining up, and like I said, and the defense attorney, he is good. For getting his dude brother in there to testify that he was in the hospital. That was grade A work right there. But now, like I said, but the fact that his trial is 2 weeks from now. I don't know. Like I said, in real life, the fact this wasn't lining up, bro, it just didn't make sense to me. But hey, like I said, it's 2 weeks away from the trial. Like I said, the mistrial don't mean it's still good for you at all. But like I said, you're innocent to proving guilty. So we will see. And shout out to Flacco for reporting on this video. He keep putting it out. So I guess we're gonna get an update here soon again. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all let me know. Y'all like and comment and let me know your thoughts as well.